Hey, hi! Today I'm going to talk about things that YouTubers do that are good marketing strategies. Jesus. I'm currently studying a master's degree in digital marketing, so right now I have this a lot in my head, but there are some things that I've realized before about the YouTubers that I watch, because as you can see, I'm very passionate about my YouTubers. So I'm going to talk about this in case you want to start social media. I think it's good to have references and people to look up to and see what they do to be successful. But also I think it's just interesting because I think most of these, they just came up with this and they really didn't think about the marketing strategy behind this. I think they just thought, oh, this should work. This is probably going to work and this is going to make my channel more successful. A moment to appreciate my shirt. And the first YouTuber that I'm going to talk about is Curtis Conner, because something that it's really smart of him is the outro. Most of us don't really have an outro. We just say subscribe, see you next week, whatever, but the subscribe portion is important. You will think that the end of the video is kind of pointless. However, it's called call to action to say subscribe, because many people don't think about subscribing and it's free, so it's easy to ask people to do it because it helps your channel a lot. It costs nothing to people. To reach the end of the video is not something that everyone is going to do. What Curtis does is to have a different outro but with the same structure. He says something along the lines of, like this video because one like equals one, and then something that relates to that specific video.
One like equals one therapy session for Andre because he really needs it.
And then it's like subscribe from
you become a valued citizen of Curtistown. If you didn't know, Curtistown is the best place to live in the world, and I'm the mayor of Curtistown, so you have to be nice to me. It's the law.
That it's set in stone, and I actually have that. Be nice to me is the law. I have it here because I think it's so funny. And at the very end, he says again something like the one like equals one something related to the video. He says, I will stick around, but unfortunately I have to go. I have to go do this, and that relates also to the video.
I have to go check if my ranking went down in the monkey cult.
His subscribers are going to want to stick around until the end to listen to what he has to say new, because it's a joke, obviously, like the full video is comedy and joking, and so you want that last joke. You don't want to miss that. Now, kind of on the same note, I'm going to talk about Drew Gooden. Do I have Drew? Yes. Rogue Workhead. Something that he does really smart is that the ad, it's really funny. Like, you want to watch the ad. I usually, again, I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm not going to lie, I skip it. So what Drew does is making like a sketch for the ad.
Is it about a girl? Kind of. It's these damn companies online. They're exploiting my personal information.
What?
Data brokers are collecting my personal information and profiting off it at the expense of my privacy. And I don't know what to do about it.
Aren't you like 16?
28, actually. I was held back a few times.
A few?
And Danny Gonzalez do something similar. Does something along the lines of that as well. I think Curtis does something like that.
He just goes back to work like nothing happened. But not before someone else gets killed by a crocodile. Also, not before we talk about today's sponsor, Rocket Money. I signed up for Paramount Plus so I could watch old seasons of Survivor, but unfortunately, the experience of using Paramount Plus is so bad that I never use it.
But I think Drew's are particularly funny because, for instance, I think with Danny, it's more like the beginning of the ad is funny, just like Dylan is in trouble. I have it here. Segues the ad in a very smart way, in a funny way. He always uses like a joke for it, like he's talking about the movie he's watching and he says something that relates to that, and then it's like, this is just like this other thing that is the sponsor of this video.
You can't just drive your car into a tree to get to another place in the world. That's a bad strategy. If you want to get to another place in the world instantaneously, just use NordVPN, today's sponsor.
So that part is funny, and then it does this thing as well, but it's the first part. Then the rest of the ad are usually not funny, are just the ad itself. But Drew's, it's like a sketch. The full ad is a sketch, and I watch it. It's the only person that I watch the sponsorship. You know, you always want everyone to watch as much of your video as possible. Next is Jake Weber. Do I have? Yes, I have pictures of Jake and Johnny. So Jake does this thing that I see other people do, but I think Jake does it more. And I think that's what's valuable about him, is that people post edits of him on TikTok or like clips from his videos, and he always reposts a lot of them. And by that I mean other people repost some of them, but Jake reposts everything. I just saw today that he posts a bunch of things on his story, so I'm just literally going to show you from my phone. Okay, I hope you see this. Someone posts his song, and so you can see now the person that posts this, and then he literally posts an edit of his friend, and you can see here who made the edit, who posted on TikTok with his song, promoting his song, and then again another person that shared his song, another person that shared his song. Like, he really appreciates this because he knows that they started to, I'm not going to say became famous, because they were known before, Jake and Johnny. However, they became more popular since people started to post edits and clips on TikTok. He really has in mind that this helps a lot. Like, this is really what's making people watch the channel and just know the channel. I started watching their channel because I saw a TikTok from a fan. It's not only that people are going to post your channel and people are going to go to your YouTube channel, but also your fans are going to be really grateful to you, because you can see that when someone posts an edit or something and the person from the edit likes the video, comments on the video, repost it, they write it on the description like, this person liked the video. Like, it's something that brings the fans joy, and they want to keep posting in the hopes that you will interact with their posts again.
Love you guys so much. Bye. Oh, and put stuff from this video on TikTok. I'll repost it.
And Johnny does something similar. He takes some of the edits that people make and then posts it on Instagram, like the reels, the Instagram reels, or even the YouTube shorts, and he just gives credit to the person. And not only, it's like you can see the watermark and it's a TikTok ad, whoever this is, right? Johnny specifically writes the person, like in the description, credit to this person. So I think that for the fans are like, I'm going to post because there's a possibility that they repost my edits, and I think that's really rewarding to the person. I'm going to stick with Johnny for a second, something that he also does, and I think it's really smart because it gives him content to make, but also it really makes the people want to edit him. He reacts to his edits that people make.
Something bark.
Shut up, dude. Just shut up. I like that. That's funny, actually. I was doing that as a joke, but it actually got clipped.
Not only he's reposting it on Instagram and TikTok, but he watches on his YouTube channel, which is like the main thing. It's where it started. Quinn Blackwell also do this. I think she made one of these videos very recently. And last but not least, I know I talked about Nick Sturniolo before. I'm going to talk about him again. I'm sorry, but he does two things that are really smart. Since we were talking about the edit, I think he does this on purpose. I couldn't tell you for sure. In almost every video they film, not all of them, but almost all of them, there's a part where he sings a song, and it's always a different song in each video, and there's like a specific part of him just singing the song, and you can tell that it's not part of the video, and then maybe they're talking about something else, or it's just in the middle of the video, he's just singing for a second, and someone else is walking behind him or something like that.
Tonight we're taking over, don't mess around. This place about to blow. Okay.
I think he thinks about this specifically because then people are going to make an edit with that song. They're going to take that part of the video, they're going to take the song that he's singing, and then they're going to make an edit of him. So it's not only promoting the video itself because they're taking that specific part, it's also making an edit of him. And I think also with a song that he likes, it's more likely that he enjoys the TikTok and reposts it. He has a brand of lip balms, and something that he did that I think was really smart. I don't know if he thought of this, or maybe they have, I'm pretty sure they have a marketing team because their website, it's really nice. I've recently studied this and I literally thought of his brand because I studied that sometimes what companies do, what brands do, is use food or other things that are appealing to most people to promote the product. So you're going to see an ice cream and you like ice cream and you crave an ice cream, so you're going to relate that feeling, that satisfaction that the food or the whatever brings to you, and you're going to relate that to the product. You know what I mean? You're going to see the product and you're going to remember the feeling you have from what it relates to it. But something that he did specifically, they had like a original, like an OG packaging, and then they changed it. And what he did, knowing your audience, is really smart and it's really important. He knows that they have really young people watching. I don't want to say manipulate because I don't think this is the word, but it's easier to make kids want something more than adults because we're going to have a more critical mind. And again, I realized this when I watched it. I knew what he was doing. I'm pretty sure most kids won't really think about this. When they changed the packaging, he was like, if you want to claim that you were a Space Camp user from the start, you have to get this packaging because we're going to get rid of it. So now from now on, people that come new and start buying the new packaging are not going to have that OG one. And so if you buy this, it's like claiming that you were here from the start and that you're special in a way.
And then like in 6 months, people will be like, oh my god, I love Space Camp. I've been there from the beginning. It's like, all right, well, show us your original packaging. And then they're not going to be able to, so.
That's really smart because he knows that his fans, what they do, and especially at that point, they used to do this a lot. When they have a birthday or something like that, people would post like, claim that you were a fan of them when they were 20, before they turned 21, something like that. Like people would literally post this, claiming my position of the fandom when they did this. So he used that. He used what the fans were doing by their own to promote the product and be like, hey, you want to claim that you were here before. You want to claim that you are a real fan. So let me know what you think about this. Let me know you have other things because I'm so curious about marketing now. I'm like all about marketing. And please do subscribe because it's free and you can change your mind anytime. Have a nice week.